Hello, everyone. My name is Matty Maggiacomo. I am a Peloton Tread instructor, and I am so proud to say that welcome to my sofa. I was really glad that the community team decided that we weren't going to be hosting this from the Tread today because we have a lot to get through. It's harder to do that on the Tread. I have a saying that anything in life that is valuable is worth waiting for. And so we have waited with breathless anticipation for this Tread. And we have waited with breathless anticipation for our very first Meet the Peloton Tread, our very first live virtual Tread community event. And we are so, so excited. Now, I'm not the only one moderating this today. I would like to invite a few very ferocious ladies to the screen. First up, you know her, you love her. She's the fastest woman that I know. Becs Gentry is joining me. Hi, Becs, if you're out there.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to my kitchen, not my Tread.
What are you cooking for us?
I'm going to cook up something post-workout, sweat, refueling, joyfulness.
I also want to invite Maureen Coiro. Maureen is our director of product. Maureen, hi, Maureen.
Hi, Matty. Hey, Becs. Hey, everybody. Nice to see you today.
And also Susan, leaderboard, I Will Survive. Susan has been a member since 2017. And what can I say about Susan? You are quickly going to fall in love with her over the next 20 minutes. The minute that she starts to giggle. Go ahead, Susan.
Sorry.
Now, again, you know Becs from the leaderboard. As I said, not only is she a colleague, she's a very good friend of mine, and I have learned so much from her on the Tread. And for those of you that either have the Tread, I know that is your experience, but also for those of you who do not, believe me, this woman is the best coach and guide that you can have. Maureen is a titan when it comes to people in tech, but specifically women in tech. She is no short of a genius. And we have worked very closely with her for the past many years to make this Tread the most perfect product and something that you will want to have in your homes. And again, Susan was a bike owner. And she will tell you that she is unafraid at this point to cheat on her bike for her.
Liar!
You each introduce yourself further. Maureen, why don't you take it away first, please?
Yeah, sure. Matty, thank you for the incredibly kind introduction. Hey, everybody. Really happy to have you with us today. I'm Maureen, and I'm on Peloton's product management team. I've spent a while now working very closely on our Tread. So I work with our technical and our design teams to bring the Tread to life. And while I spend most of my days poring over Tread hardware and Tread software, as you can tell from behind me, I also get to go on the other side and be a Tread user when I'm not working. So I'm really excited to meet with you all today. I'll pass it over to Susan.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Susan Yang, and I Will Survive, EYE Will Survive on the leaderboard. I'm a retired ophthalmologist who bought the Peloton bike back in 2017 after I was attacked by a 180-pound dog while I was biking in a park. So needless to say, I survived, and now I'm thriving on both the bike and the Tread. And I'm really, really excited to be here today with all of you.
Yay, Susan! Hi, I'm Becs Gentry. I am a Tread instructor here in the US, originally from UK. Shout out to all my UK new Tread instructors out there. It has been such a pleasure to work with Maureen on the new Tread from its birth many years ago, I feel like already, and the first time stepping foot on it and looking at her and being like, okay, to where it is now, which is a beautiful, amazing piece of hardware. I'm super excited that we are all here together today to talk all things Tread and future.
Woo!
Yay! Woo!
And there's going to be a party today. It's going to be a spirited conversation. We're going to be able to get around to some member questions as well. But any good party always has a party crasher. So I would like to introduce Jill Foley's husband, co-founder and CEO of Peloton. Mr. John Foley, are you there?
I am here. Thanks for having me.
Hi, John.
I love to crash a party. So I was asked to give a little background on the Tread coming to be. And so I thought I'd start with 10 years ago. Jill Foley, my wife, and I lived in New York City. We have young kids, much younger 10 years ago, as you can imagine. And there were 4 workouts that we loved here in New York. And they were indoor cycling, go figure, yoga, running inside and outside. And then the 4th type was these boot camp classes that we fell in love with. And between those 4 different types of workouts, we were able to cancel our gym membership and get incredibly fit and have a lot of fun going to indoor cycling classes, yoga classes, boot camp classes, and then complementing it all with running, which we both love as well. Obviously, one of the founders of the Peloton bike, we now get those fantastic indoor cycling classes at a more convenient location, at a better value with better instructors that you're hearing from. And I think a lot of you on the call know how fantastic the bike platform is. Hopefully you've discovered our great yoga classes that can stream to your phone, your tablet, your TV, and have some of the best yoga instructors come via your Peloton membership into your home now as well. We're here today to talk about the Tread, though, as you know, which brings incredible running to your home and these incredible boot camp classes to your home. And one thing I wanted to point out as we were conceiving it is that there was a problem with the boot camp workouts in the studio. And one of them was when you'd show up, you got to decide whether you wanted to start on the floor or on the tread. And it turns out that most people wanted to start on the tread. They wanted to get a little warm up, they wanted to get the blood pumping, and then step off and do some weight training and some of the other circuit part of the workout. But in the studio, you had 50% of the people started on the tread and 50% of the people started on the floor. And we said, okay, if you bring it home, everybody gets to start on the tread. And that was an innovation. Obviously, it works better. The other thing in the studio was that there were 2 classes being taught in parallel. So 50% of the class content, the instruction, you weren't supposed to pay attention to. And I often found myself saying, somebody's screaming, did they say stop to me or did they say stop to this other person? And so when you think about the Peloton Tread and boot camp workouts at home, they're actually better than going to the studio and having a similar boot camp class. So when you think about what we're trying to do and where we've been going with Peloton is to try to meet you where you are and get you the best workouts in the world. And obviously the best indoor cycling workouts are now in your home. The best yoga workouts are now in your home. And we're so excited with this new Tread platform to bring the Becs Gentrys of the world into your home for running instruction. When the weather's not good or you don't want to go outside or you want to run on this fantastic new platform, Becs is there for you. Fantastic music, fantastic programming, all of the other instructors. Or if you want to take one of these incredible boot camp classes, Matty's there for you and all of our other boot camp instructors. But between these 2 new types of workouts, we believe getting a Peloton bike, getting Peloton Tread, having the other ancillary strength and yoga and all the other stuff that we do, it's a huge day for Peloton. We're so excited. I'm going to leave you with this idea, though. It's a fun evolution of the Peloton team that you might be keeping track of. My founders and I were all men, Hisao, Yoni, Graham, and Tom Cortese. Great co-founders. We're all still together. Incredible human beings. We effectively brought the Peloton bike to life. The Peloton Tread, as you're about to hear from Maureen, was brought to you by a female-led team, all female, in Marissa Corio, who you're hearing from, Bettina Avansha, who is a rock star visionary, product visionary, and then their colleague Marissa Vivori. The 3 of them led most of the team, the product, the tech, the innovation, the strategy. It's a really special moment, and I'm proud of these young ladies. They're young compared to me. Anyway, I'm excited for you to hear more from Maureen and hear more from the instructors. I'm sure you're done, ready, want to get into the more about the Peloton Tread. But anyway, thank you for being here. We're very excited about this moment. It's a special day.
John, it's always good to see you. Really, really thank you. Hey, Maureen.
Hello again. We're back.
How are you?
We're back.
All right. So we are all so excited about the Tread, and now nobody knows it better than you. Can you tell us just a little bit more, kind of building on what John just said? Like, why is it that we decided to introduce the Peloton Tread in the first place?
Yeah, so there were, I'm echoing a little bit. Okay, we're good. So there were a few tenets that we thought of very early on in Tread development and held close throughout the time that we were developing it. So first and foremost, as John mentioned, we were really excited about bringing the Tread to market for great running classes and an incredible running experience, but knew it could be more than that and really wanted to bring a full body experience, bring boot camp into people's homes and show people that the Peloton Tread brings great running, but also allows you to use your full body, get an incredible workout, sweat really hard through boot camp classes. So that was a tenet we held really close throughout development. Additionally, Peloton is all about accessibility and inclusivity. So for the Tread, that meant a few things. First and foremost, we knew it had to be able to fit into lots of homes. So we took extreme care for the size of the Tread and how much space it would take up in your home. Accessibility also meant making sure that it was more affordable and something that people could access. And then lastly, accessibility for us meant making it available in different parts of the world. So while the Tread is available in the US, it's also available in Canada, in the UK, and recently Germany. So accessibility was something that was super important to us throughout development. And then lastly, we really focused on simplicity. So when you get on the Tread, the entire design is simple, it is seamless, and we tried to strip away any of the complexity. So you step on, you'll notice there's only a few buttons and a few ways to interact with the Tread. And that was something that we were very particular about throughout development. And it was really important to us to keep everything as simple as possible so that you can hop on the Tread and focus on your workout and getting the most out of your 20, 30, 45 minutes on the Tread.
Maureen, now I've been on a lot of treadmills
I'm sure.
something years here. And of course, I know what makes this Tread so unique, but could you just delve a little bit more into like what sets the Peloton Tread apart from any other treadmill?
Yeah, so I'm sure some of our members listening in today haven't and have been on it, but the first time you step on it, the first thing you notice is the screen. And that's kind of your gateway to all of the incredible Peloton content. So the top has a 23.8-inch touchscreen. That's where you first interact with the Tread. It's where you choose your class, and it's also where the audio comes from. So you can really pump up the volume when you're running at 6, 7, 8 miles per hour. Also, once you hop on, you'll see that we have very intuitive speed and incline controls. Mm-hmm. So there's a knob on each side, a knob for speed and a knob for incline, and each knob has a jump button in the center. These knobs make it really easy for you to change your speed and incline throughout the class, and they're right in your arm swing. So we hope that people can change the speed and incline really easily, not even have to think about it, stay connected with the instructor, stay connected with the music, and keep running. Another thing is, as I mentioned before, the size of the Tread. So we took care for every single inch of that Tread and didn't add a single inch where we didn't need it. And one way we were able to facilitate that was in the design of the deck. So many treadmills have kind of a big plastic piece at the front, which is an annoyance for the runner because you feel like, hey, I might step on this, but it also takes up a fair amount of floor space. So when we designed the Tread, we wanted to make sure that we didn't have any excess space that we didn't needed. So we designed the deck so that you could utilize all of the running space without anything extra in your home taking up floor space. So that's some of the key hardware features that make the Tread really unique. Also, our software is incredibly special. So when you hop on the Tread, you'll see some things that you've maybe seen on the bike. So you have a live leaderboard where you can see other people in the class. You can high five people. You can also see what tags other people are doing their run, walk, or boot camp to. So lots of ways to connect with the community. We also have target metrics on Tread, so you can get a good feel for what Matty or Becs are telling you to be at in terms of speed and incline. And another really incredible software feature on the Tread is the Strive score, which is a score where if you're wearing a compatible heart rate monitor, it'll give you a score based on what heart rate zones you've been in. The Tread's also really unique because we've focused on innovating and safety features. So there's a Tread lock, which is a 4-digit passcode, and you need to enter that passcode in order to be able to use the Tread. We also have a safety key, so you can wear the safety key while you're running. If you pull it, the Tread will automatically stop. And also you can remove the safety key when you're not using the Tread, store it somewhere else, and make sure that nobody unauthorized can access or use the Tread without that. And then, yeah, as I mentioned before, we've really taken care for every inch of the Tread and tried to make it as simple as possible. And that relates to safety as well, because if it's really easy to use, you feel in control, and you can stay immersed in the content while also staying in control of the Tread.
Thanks, Maureen. Yeah, I mean, for a real world example, anyone who you know who has either stepped on a Peloton Tread, or anyone who you talk to who has owned one for a long time, they will always say, like, this is the best Tread I've ever been on in my entire life, hands down. Nothing else rivals
Absolutely.
it. Susan, okay, I want to toss it to you. I want to include you with this, Susan. You're the lifeblood of this part. You are the party starter in this crew.
Oh,
Right. So from what I know about you, and I do know you pretty well, you actually bought the original Peloton bike first. Were you ever a runner before you had the bike or before you had the Tread?
yes and no. When I turned 40, I became an overzealous runner. I ran 7 half marathons in 1 year and promptly got injured. And so I had to promise my doctor that I would stop running. However, in 2018, when I was in New York City for our PMPG home rider invasion, I stepped on that Tread at the original Tread studio, and I just fell in love. You know, just the feel, everything that Maureen mentioned, I just knew. So I automatically pre-ordered it on the spot. And then later that year, I met Matty at the St. Louis Tread, at the St. Louis Peloton showroom opening. And it's just all history now. You know, like, I knew that I made the right decision, and today I'm still running on my Tread and loving every minute of it.
Susan, you're such a great representation of our community. I just think that, you know, I think the world of you, but you are a very typical community member who has this Tread that loves it so much. So I really, really want to thank you for being here.
Yeah, absolutely. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else.
So I got to talk a bit about the hardware and the software features, but what really makes it special is when we overlay great content from instructors like Becs. So Becs, would love to hear a little bit more from you and Matty now. You're a huge runner, a real inspiration to us all, myself included. So from your perspective, what are some of the benefits of running on the Tread?
Well, I mean, if you guys have watched my documentary, shameless plug, it's available on YouTube. It is a huge part of my training. When I was training for the trials, I used the Peloton Tread day in and day out to do my speed training. And the whole makeup of the Tread just makes our workouts seamless. And by seamless, I mean, it doesn't take much to, like, it's like when you get in a car and you have that automatic seat that adjusts to your driving position, the wheel comes up and you're like, this is luxury. That's what the Peloton Tread is to me, and I think to most of our runners out there. You can turn it on once you've unlocked it. You've got the ease and the distance from your hip and your arm to that speed knob going forward or your incline knob going forward is so close. You don't even think about it. You know, you see us as instructors doing it with the, like, yeah, hands up, and that's how easy it is. You just happen to touch it and it goes forward. But what I love about that is also the deceleration. And I know, Maureen, you can speak more about this because that's your baby, but it's as natural as the human deceleration as we could possibly get it. So a lot of other treadmills out there will decelerate too quickly or too slowly, which can actually impede your workout and your performance. But what the team here at Peloton and our wonderful fierce female team here on the Tread has worked on is to help that Tread decelerate in a very natural way. So depending on what speed you're at and where you're going to, it helps you. You know, there's not going to be any jarring and jolting of the body. But with that being said, you know, we're not all about running and speeds of high volume and the content is what I think makes our tread so special. So whether you are training for the Olympic trials like me, and I'm plugging in my numbers, by the way, guys, if you don't know, you can do that. So many of you out there have already reached out to me so many times, be like, oh, I didn't know I could have shortcuts on speed and incline. Do it. We'll change your HIIT class life. But it's that the difference in whether you are going for a walk, a jog, a run, a boot camp, and I don't know session. I mean, I reckon there's going to be one day on our treads, and Maureen, maybe there will be, I don't know what I'm feeling like. You know, when you go and watch like a TV channel and you don't know what you're going to watch, or Spotify or something, you don't know what you want to listen to, and they just give you a suggestion based on your previouss. I know we have our suggested uses ones, but I think they should just throw it on the screen. But it's just that love of content that is incredible. So from our walkers and our new time runners, you can get the tread, have never run before, and do a You Can Run program, which will start you off running, or you can train for your first marathon with us. And then you can also go outside. You can take your phone, but take Peloton with you and go and run outside, because we need that cross training. We need indoor and outdoor in our lives. And I think, yeah, just all together, it's, for me, I think the hardware combined can get you from having never run before, or like Susan, maybe being an overzealous runner and not knowing how to run properly for good health. You can get to whatever you want to be. And that's my favorite thing about our tread.
Totally agree. So Becs, I really love your classical runs, and Matty, I love your Broadway runs. How do you guys go about programming your classes and deciding on the music, theme, etc.?
Well, I mean, for me with the classical runs, and thank you so much for saying that. I did a classical run this morning, and they are a big part of my love. For me, I'm always coming from the coach's perspective. I'm always coming from a very fitness first goal. So I see myself as being an inspiration to anybody, whether they are brand new into running or are very experienced in running. And it depends on the class format. So if you've got a walk, we're going to vary our walks. Our walk plus runs, which I love, and basically they are HIIT classes, but lower intensity people. So you're good. If you think you can't do a HIIT class, but you've done a walk plus run, you're mistaken. You can do a HIIT class. But it's about making that comparison of where you are on that day and going forward. And that's how I like to program my classes. It's never looking back about where we've gone. It's looking forward and like, all right, this is the here and now for today. What are we going to work towards, or how are we going to work towards that the best way? And then that's when I might throw in a suggestion of doing a Matty Maggiacomo glutes and legs boot camp, for example. Like, I don't know how he programs those, because all I know is that he tells me to squeeze my butt cheeks, and then for like 3 weeks I have control booty. So I don't know. How do you do that?
Crack the walnut.
I was going to say that, but I was like, oh my God, can I?
Susan, my approach is the exact mirror companion to how Becs approaches it. Every instructor will always have a goal in mind. However, I program the way that I like to work out. And to be honest with you, I was never a fit kid. I was the kid that wanted to stay inside and watch video games. I was the kid who loved TV. My father used to drag me kicking and screaming to athletic events and basketball practice. I lasted 2 weeks on the cross country team in high school and then joined the drama club. I personally need to be distracted and entertained. And so what I love so much about this product, about this tread, is that I have all of these incredibly dynamic, entertaining friends, colleagues, these coaches who get my mind into a place of, oh man, this 30-second sprint, I don't think I can do it. And then Becs is giving me an anecdote about one of the marathons that she ran, or the Olympic trials. And so it takes my brain somewhere else. And before you know it, I've hit those speeds and the class is over. We're already in the cool down. And I think that is the magic. I like to use the word magic. I think that's the magic behind the product, but also behind the content. The content is king. And as Maureen said, like, this is the difference. So there's nothing more sad than an old treadmill in somebody's basement, right?
Right.
And yet you roll up to the Peloton Tread and you're like, wow, this looks different. There's a vibe. And then the minute you hit start on that class, it just transforms you, and you just feel connected to that instructor, and you feel connected to everybody else on that leaderboard.
Yeah, so I think, Matty, hearing your story was interesting, and I'm sure we have people who are new to the tread who maybe are newer athletes, newer runners, and we try to offer an experience and content for all of them. But Becs, what tips do you have for people new to running, and how they can, with the tread, achieve their goals and set goals?
Well, before I answer that, I am gonna just acknowledge that I think we have to say goodbye to Susan quite quickly. Sorry,
Susan, she's so busy.
Yeah, I'm going to New York City to go see you guys. No. But no, thank you. I'm sorry I had to leave the conversation early, but I really loved hearing what you all had to say and seeing you guys. And let's go tread. Okay.
So glad
Good. Nice to meet you, Susan.
Thanks for joining us,
Bye-bye.
Susan. Bye. So yeah, I mean, our biggest, I think our biggest selling point, as Matty said, is the distraction and the entertainment that us as instructors can give, but also our experience. So I think we learn from people, their mistakes that they've made, their failures, first attempt in learning. We all know that I say that in every single class, and that is how we grow. So having the fact that, you've got someone like Selena who ran her first marathon while she was a Peloton instructor. And by the way, she broke the tape for females doing that one. And so she is one of those people who our runners look up to and like, well, she ran her first marathon. She'd never done one before, like ever. So how can we learn from her? And then they've got people who maybe are coming back from different types of time off the tread, or injuries, pregnancies, just not running. That's also fine to come off the tread. And so I think our beginner format classes are fantastic for that, because they are accessible to that beginner person, but also our long-standing members also jump in for support. They know that they can modify and do what they want to do on the tread, but they come in to high five, and they come in to create that sense of community, which is, to me personally, what helps beginners maintain this new routine. It is a feeling of belonging. It is a feeling of in a safe place, a feeling of a happy place, a feeling that they have hands on their backs, as Christine says, at all times. And that is, I think, one of our best things about our beginner content. So I'm going to ask a little question now to my wonderful brother, Matty Maggiacomo. You are the king of boot camps as well as running. You are the MC on the tread, I say, as running. But if people want to mix up their workouts and don't want to spend their entire class running, which I completely understand, we have these incredible boot camps, which allow you to do strength training mixed with running. You're on and off the tread. But why would we tell people to do that, Matty? Why would they join you guys in that class?
Good question, because that is something I think at face value folks don't realize, that it is not just for running. It is for strength, as well as your cardio, as well as for your entertainment, as well as for your marathon training. It's a truly total body workout. So this is, this harkens back to what John basically said earlier. For those of you who haven't tried boot camps, I would say, please try the boot camps. There is something, listen, I mean, we're a little biased because we teach on the tread. There is something different that happens to your body when you are taking these boot camps. The first sign is you will sweat. People who work out and never sweat, you will sweat more than you have ever sweat in your life, maybe ever. And I've always loved to teach the boot camp format. It's also basically feeding a need that a lot of us forget about, right? For a very long time, Peloton was just the cycling company. Now I think folks know that we are a fitness company. And when we look at fitness, right, there are basically three pillars that hold the roof up. All right. And so you've got your cardio, right? So we satisfy that with the bike and with the tread. you need your strength. Okay, so we satisfy that on the floor, but also with our boot camps. And of course, you need your flexibility. And of course, we do that with yoga and our stretching content. So if you only have 2, you've got a lopsided house. If you only have 1, you have a lopsided house. By incorporating that strength in specifically with your cardio, you're going to be a more well-rounded athlete. You're going to be a healthier person. They always say, and of course we can't forget about, flexibility. If you do one thing into your 80s, 85, 90, you should continue to stretch and move your body. So it's really important that everybody takes this opportunity to incorporate that strength training into their regimen, because otherwise you're filling one cup and you're neglecting the other 2.
Exactly. And we have so many different types of content that will hit that, everything from those walks all the way through to 60-minute full-on endurance runs. We have all types of boot camps, targeted body part boot camps. So there's something, I think, for absolutely everybody out there.
100%. 100. And no matter what your goals are, and no matter what your mood is, to be honest.
Yes, so true. And you can try the Moods collection.
Right. Oh, we love the moods.
Hey.
Another good plug. All right, so we are almost out of time. We're a little over time, but we do have. I said one party crasher. We have another party crasher. Welcome to the stage. Where's Kirsten? Kirsten Ferguson. Our team has expanded. Our family has expanded. I am so in awe of you, not only your story, not only your beauty, your classes, your smarts and your wits, and you're a mom. I mean, Kirsten, can you please just introduce yourself to everyone who maybe hasn't had the honor of meeting you yet?
What's up, Peloton family? One, it is such an honor. And I just realized today I've been here for a full month, and it has been unbelievable. The support from this community and all of you has been life-changing. So thank you. And my dimples hurt from smiling. This event has been amazing. I've learned under Becs for the past, I don't even want to talk about how many months. You are an inspiration. So thank you. A little bit about me. I'm a mom out here in the burbs. I have 2 beautiful little toddlers at home, Eden and Emery, 5 and 6, loves of my life. And now I am on this tread, incredible tread, might I add, teaching beginner and intermediate level classes, and it has been amazing. One thing you can expect from me is a whole lot of fun, a lot of inspiration, and just vulnerability and honesty. I think that has been just how I move in life. And but honestly, Matty, you're a gem. And Maureen, I've learned so much in this last 30 minutes about this amazing tread that I work on every day. I'm like, I should have known a little bit more about this. So thank you for having me.
Yay.
Kirsten, just one quick thing. What has been your favorite memory or experience so far? Has anybody noticed you in the supermarket yet and be like, you're her?
So that just happened the other day. I live out here in New Jersey, and I was walking past a restaurant, and 3 people ran out, and my friend was dying laughing because I was waiting on this moment to happen. So that was amazing. Just the love from this community I've been in awe of it. I read all of the messages. My heart is the stories. Everything has just been beautiful. I just feel like I found my people.
Yeah.
You are one of us, and everyone out there, you belong to this amazing, vibrant community. I know we did run a little bit over, but again, just know that I speak for all of the instructors. We are always here for you, to guide you, to entertain you, and honestly, just to make you better. I want to thank all 3 of you who are on here with me. Maureen, thank you, because without you, we would be, just still teaching outside.
Thanks, Matty. It was fun to be here.
Thank you for being a beacon and a guide and the best coach for all of us. And Kirsten, we just love your energy and spirit. We're so happy that you're here with us.
Thank you, Matty, for being you. Fabulous woman.
Thank you, everyone. We appreciate that you joined us.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.